Are we finally starting to see a bit of a cool down in the Calgary real estate market? Things look like they're starting to change here in Calgary, and that could be good news for buyers. Stay tuned because we are going to break down the recent market update from May of 2021. Hello everyone, my name is Ryan Hawkins and I'm a local real estate agent here in Calgary, Alberta. It is the beginning of the month, which means it's time for another Calgary real estate market update. We are going to be looking at the recent stats from the previous month, being May 2021. We're going to be breaking down this market update into 3 different categories. We're going to be looking at the quick stats, each individual property type, and we're going to break down what does this mean for buyers and sellers. So let's get right into it. To start off, we're going to be looking at what the chief economist at the Calgary Real Estate Board, Anne-Marie Laurie, had to say about this recent market update. She said the recent gains in prices have encouraged more homeowners to list their homes and take advantage of the current market situation. However, the inventory gains are still not enough to offset the demand growth, and the market continues to favor the seller. Prices are rising, but they are still recovering in our market from previous highs in 2014. Now, breaking down some stats here just on the side, we're going to be looking at some quick stats here for you. Again, sales were very, very hot. They are up at 177% as compared to this time last year. Again, another good sign here is that there are now more listings coming to market. New listings were up almost 89% from this time last year. And again, another good sign here for buyers is that the inventory is increasing every single month. And this month it was at almost 14%. But however, there are still a massive wave of buyers looking to get into the market. And even though with these massive inventory gains, the months of supply were still down 59%, and we are at 2.27 months. Now, what the month of supply means is that everything that we have currently on the market, it would take 2.27 months to sell out of everything that we currently have on the market. Now, just some more quick stats here in front of me. This is looking at the total residential price and each individual property type. As you see, the overall total residential price is gone up 10.6% from this time last year. Again, May in 2020, we were still in a lockdown here in Calgary, and we were kind of coming out of the tail end of it. So this really isn't a surprise that these prices are going up, because the months of March, April, May were kind of a bit of a standstill. There wasn't a lot of activity going on. And again, looking at each individual property types, the detached, semi-detached, row townhouse, and apartment, you can see their prices are still going up. And this is really still good for sellers, because that means there are still a lot of buyers looking to buy. Now that we have all those quick stats out of the way, let's dive into each individual property types. That is going to be detached homes, semi-detached homes, row townhouse, and apartments. In each individual property type, we're going to be looking at 3 different categories. We're going to be looking at the months of supply, the days on market, and the average price. I'll be having the full summary stats just down below here, so if you'd like to pause the video and read all the stats, feel free to do so. Looking at the detached homes at the months of supply here, looking at 2021 of May to 2020 of May, clearly the months of supply have fallen dramatically, almost by 63%. This is no doubt. The single family home is still the most popular type of home among buyers. The days on market is still down by over half, which is no surprise at all. But the biggest one is that the average price of detached homes is up to 15.5% to $596,000. Now again, this is comparing to May of last year of 2020. And again, we were still in lockdown here in Calgary. So again, I do think these prices are looking a little bit inflated at the moment, because there was such low activity in the month of May in 2020. Looking at the semi-detached now, the month of supply is just under 2 months now, almost down by 60% as to this time last year. Again, this is no surprise that this is happening. Days on market is down well over half at 57%, and the average price has gone up to just over 18% at $505,000. Again, this just isn't a surprise because if buyers can't get themselves into a detached home, they're going to trickle down into the semi-detached, and you're going to see that throughout this entire video that is going to be a common theme, is that if you can't get into a semi-detached, you're going to go down into a row townhouse, and then you're going to go down into an apartment. Speaking of row townhouse, now the months of supply is a little bit higher, but sitting at 2.5 months. This is down significantly from this time last year by almost 60%. Days on market are a little bit longer, sitting at 41. And the average price of a row townhouse has gone up to almost 15.5% at $327,000. And finally, at the end here, we're going to be looking at the apartment. Now, the apartment for the longest time has been the big outlier, but we are starting to see a little bit of recovery. Months of supply from this time last year has fallen down by half at 5.18 months. The days on market is generally the same from last month here in April, but it is down significantly to 53 days. And we're starting to see a bit of an increase now here in prices. It is now up 21% compared to this time last year at $289,000. Now that we have all of that information, what does this all mean? Are we starting to see a bit of a change in the Calgary real estate market? Short answer, no. It's still a hot seller's market. A lot of buyers are still looking to get in. Interest rates are still low and favor the buyer in that. But unfortunately, there is still a lot of demand. Even though a lot of sellers are starting to recognize how hot the market is and wanting to take advantage of the market, there's still a lot more buyers buying than we can find properties to get onto the market. Again, in saying that, these numbers do seem a little bit more inflated. Not as much as April. If you did watch my last video, that was almost up 500% in sales. It is not the same, but we still were in a lockdown and things were still a little bit unsure. We didn't know what was going to happen. So these numbers are a little bit high, but they are a little bit more reflective of what we saw later in 2020 in November, December, and early in 2021 being January and February. I do see us starting to kind of balance out here, but I don't expect that balanced market to come back until maybe roughly around September, maybe October. Now, what does this mean here for buyers? Should you buy a home with these prices increasing and so much competition? Now, my answer to this is what is your current situation? Do you have the financials to purchase a new home? Are you needing a new home? Maybe you live in an apartment and you're just a little bit too crammed and you want to look for something else. Or maybe you're in a current home that you need to sell already and the home you're currently in just isn't working out for you and you need to move up in house or potentially move down in house. My suggestion is don't time the market. If you can get into the market, do so. There are a lot of ways to win a multiple offer situation, and I'm actually starting to see that even though homes are selling quickly, maybe within 24 hours to a week, I am starting to see a lot of deals fall through because buyers are overpaying than what their pre-approval was allowed for, and that housing is starting to come back onto the market. I recently just helped a first-time home buyers get into a home, and they were the backup offer for this property. Now, because that deal fell through, I was able to get my clients into this property, and part of the reason why they were able to get in so quickly is because they had their ducks in a row and had all their financials and everything ready to go. Because of this, they were favorable among the sellers, even though they were the backup offer. But crazy things do happen and they were able to get into this home. Now, what does this market update mean for sellers? It is still a really hot market and is favoring the sellers. There's still a lot of buyers in the market trying to take advantage of the low interest rates and are looking to buy and are looking to pay over asking just to get into that property. Now, I can see that this is tempting and wanting to price your home over market value, but a lot of the reasons why these homes are selling quickly is because they are priced at fair market value, which brings in a lot of buyers who are then pumping the price up. I'm seeing a lot of homes that are sitting on the market for over the average days on market because they are overpricing their homes and are just trying to be too greedy. Even though there are a lot of buyers on the market, buyers are smart. It's not like years ago when they didn't have this information available to them. They have the information, they know how much homes are going for, and if you're overpricing your home, they know that, and they're just gonna sit there and wait until you decrease your home value. All right, everyone, that's all I have for you here today. I hope the market update for May of 2021 helped you out and helped you understand what is going on here in the Calgary market. If you're looking to buy here in Calgary, all of my contact information is down below. Feel free to reach out to me and let's help you find that perfect home for you. Also, if you're looking to sell here in Calgary and take advantage of this hot market, again, my information is down below. Contact me and I can give you a free home evaluation to determine how much your home is valued if you were to list it today. But until then, I look forward to seeing you at the next video. Take care.